unforgettable evening. At 4 p.m., the Outliers College faces Ideal Crystal School on the topic Culture and Tradition are losing value among Nigerian youths. Who will defend heritage and who will argue for change? At 5 p.m., Div Help College faces Great Solid Rock College on the topic Society judges women more harshly than men, a debate that cuts deep into fairness and the realities of everyday life. Which team will deliver the knockout arguments? I am Yvonne, Okhaifo. Join Femi, Obong-Daniels and me on Monday as voices rise, ideas collide, the journey to the national tournament continues. 32 schools, now 16. One winner, 5 million naira. One grand title, the champion of champions. Sponsored by GZ Industries, supported by Obiwizi, Multiplan Pathway College and Fina Microfinance Bank. I beg to differ. The Tournament of Champions.
You get what you sign up for when you join the dial.
We always been victim to every situation.
Why did Ghana rejected the incursion of the Western boy into their country?
Why do you think a president will just go in and feel like he's a king?
Get some excitement to go with it.
Teams in the Premier League is vastly improving.
When you have a relationship that has no name,
You won't be entitled.
All in a bid to give you great talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
The round of 32 is history. Now the stakes rise higher as the round of 16 kicks off on Monday. Two powerful debates, one unforgettable evening. At 4 p.m., the Outliers College faces Ideal Crystal School on the topic Culture and Tradition are losing value among Nigerian youths. Who will defend heritage and who will argue for change? At 5 p.m., Div Help College faces Great Solid Rock College on the topic Society judges women more harshly than men, a debate into fairness and the realities of everyday life. Which team will deliver the knockout arguments? I am Yvonne, Okhaifo. Join Femi, Obong-Daniels and me on Monday as voices rise, ideas collide, the journey to the national tournament continues. 32 schools, now 16. One winner, 5 million naira. One grand title, the champion of champions. Sponsored by GZ Industries, supported by Obiwizi, Multiplan Pathway College and Fina Microfinance Bank. I beg to differ. The Tournament of Champions.
The round of 32 gave us drama, surprises, and some unforgettable moments. But that was just the warm-up. From 32 brilliant teams, only 16 remain. 16 schools that have proven they can think on their feet, speak with conviction, and defend their ideas under pressure. Each team knows that what is at stake is important. The pride of their school, the thrill of victory, and of course, a share of the 10 million naira prize pool. Now every debate is a step closer to glory, and a misstep could mean the end of the road. Welcome to the round of 16 and the first edition of I Beg to Differ Season 9. The competition tightens from here on. The topics get tougher, the margins slimmer, and the pressure electric. So who will beg to differ the loudest? We're about to find out. And I'm Femi Obong-Daniels.
I am Yvonne Okhaifo. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Like, follow, share, and interact with fellow viewers on the live streams. You can also listen to I Beg to Differ live on Kids FM. That's 101.7 FM. If you miss any of the debates this week, don't worry. You can always catch up on Wazobia Max Television at the weekend. Tune in to DSTV channel 259, GoTV channel 98, or StarTimes channel 195. A big thank you to GZ Industries, lead sponsor this season. We also appreciate Multiplan Pathway College, Fina Microfinance Bank, and of course Obiwizi for their tremendous support. And remember, for any kind of gadget, Obiwizi is the place to go. You'll be hearing more about our sponsors and partners as the competition continues.
Time now to meet our judges, starting with the Chief Judge, Dr. Chike Ngbadiche, Head of Department, Communication, Media and Cultural Studies, Pan Atlantic University, Lagos. Welcome, Chief Judge Chike. Judge Hilary Noruka, Digital Editorial Lead, Nigeria Info. He is on duty today, standing in for the Chief Judge. Thank you very much, Judge Hilary. Judge Ama Ekove, Programs Manager, Center for Inclusive Social Development. We bid you welcome, Judge Ama. Judge Ufoma Egbamuno, News Manager, Nigeria Info, Kids FM, Cool FM, Wazobia FM. Welcome, brother. Welcome, Judge Ufoma. Judge Yvonne Okhaifo, Principal Vaughan, Broadcaster and Elocution Coach. She is our diction judge. Yvonne?
Thank you, Femi. The champions of this edition will walk away with a whopping 5 million naira and 3 sleek Samsung tablets. The runners-up will take home 3 million naira and 3 powerful Bluetooth speakers. Our third place winners will earn 2 million naira along with 3 premium Bluetooth headphones. All these amazing prizes are courtesy of GZ Industries, our lead sponsor, and our partners Obiwizi, Multiplan Pathway College, and Fina Microfinance Bank.
All right, time to meet our contestants for this first debate. It's a contest that pits the Outliers College in Surulere, Lagos, against Ideal Crystal School, K2, Lagos. Here are our contestants, starting with the Outliers College, Surulere, Lagos. Please meet Hawa Suleiman and Mukhtar Amusa. Welcome, young ones. Come, how are you doing? I guess it's Hamida who is here today. Hamida Abdul Majid. Producer, please update our data page. So it's Hawa and Hamida. Hawa is 13 years of age. Hamida is also 13. Both of them in SS1. We saw them in the round of 32. It's so good to have you with us again, Hawa and Hamida. Welcome. Their opponents from Ideal Crystal School, K2, Lagos. Please welcome the duo of Adeleye Daniel and Okiki Joshua. Welcome, Daniel. Welcome, Joshua. How are you guys doing? Brilliant. Daniel is 16. He's in SS3. Joshua is 14. He's in SS2. Both of them from Ideal Crystal School, K2, Lagos. To get to this round, the Outliers College, the two ladies, two young girls, Hawa and Hamida, beat Elite Crop Schools, Ijegun, Lagos, on the topic Nigeria should scrap WAEC and NECO for a unified exam, and they prevailed. For the boys on the other side of the aisle, Ideal Crystal School, K2, Lagos, Daniel Adeleye and Joshua Okiki, they beat Best Gifts Comprehensive School, Ijegun, Lagos. The topic on that occasion was the Nigerian secondary school curriculum kills creativity. And yet again, they were victorious. So once again, as we welcome them, we need to remind you, boys and girls, of the rules at this stage. You do know you have 4 minutes each round. In your final round, it is 3 minutes, right? Remember, in your rebuttal round, if you have time enough, you can add new points, but only if you had rebutted all the points made by your opponents. Okay? In the third round, it's no longer about points. It's about your ability to drive up a moving, emotive, convincing conclusion. Is that clear? If you tie after the debate, you go into a tiebreaker round. 5 minutes for each school, one batch of 5 minutes for each of you, and you will argue in the opposite direction of how you argued initially. Is that clear? Brilliant.
Wonderful. The motion this hour is culture and tradition are losing value among Nigerian youths. Culture and tradition are losing value among Nigerian youths. Last week or 2 weeks ago, these contestants picked their sides. Today, they will remind us of how this debate will go. I will start with the ladies. How will you argue today?
Would be opposing the motion.
You will oppose the motion that culture and tradition are losing value among Nigerian youths. That means Ideal Crystal School will support the motion.
Yes, ma'am.
That culture and tradition are losing value among Nigerian youths.
All right. We'll get into this debate after a quick break. When we come back, it will be time. Now we know how you'll be arguing. We'll go straight into it. Stay with us.
Hello there, I'm here to tell you about the world-class beverage cans producers, GZI. At GZI, excellence is our hallmark. We produce world-class aluminum beverage cans that meet the highest international quality and safety standards. Our cans are 100% recyclable, lightweight, and designed to keep every beverage fresh while protecting the planet. With state-of-the-art facilities and responsible production practices, we are proudly setting the pace for sustainable packaging across Africa. GZI. Yes, we can.
The round of 32 is history. Now the stakes rise higher as the round of 16 kicks off on Monday. Two powerful debates, one unforgettable evening. At 4 p.m., the Outliers College faces Ideal Crystal School on the topic culture and tradition are losing value among Nigerian youths. Who will defend heritage and who will argue for change? At 5 p.m., Div Help College faces Great Solid Rock College on the topic society judges women more harshly than men, a debate that cuts deep into fairness and the realities of everyday life. Which team will deliver the knockout arguments? I am Yvonne, Okhaifo. Join Femi, Obong-Daniels and me on Monday as voices rise, ideas collide, and the journey to the national tournament continues. 32 schools, now 16. One winner, 5 million naira. One grand title, the champion of champions. Sponsored by GZ Industries. Supported by Obiwizi, Multiplan Pathway College, and Finna Microfinance Bank. I beg to differ. The Tournament of Champions.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Day 9 of the I Beg to Differ student debate, round of 16, where 16 schools have fallen and 16 remain, each hungry for a quarterfinal spot. You've met the first 2 of those 16 schools. So this hour, we turn the spotlight on a simmering social and societal concern. Culture and tradition are losing value among Nigerian youths. This duel asks, are the old days withering, washed away by Wi-Fi, westernization and the whirlwind of modern life? Or is culture simply changing shape, shifting, stretching, surviving in new forms Nigerian elders may not yet fully understand? Is this a crisis of identity or an evolution of identity? Is tradition truly in decline or merely being redesigned? These 2 schools step into the arena to interrogate these questions with as much clarity, courage, and conviction as they can muster. Pay attention, Lagos, daddies, mummies, and teachers and children, to these bright minds.
Ideal Crystal School is supporting the motion that culture and tradition are losing value among Nigerian youth. You will get 4 minutes to open your case.
We've shifted from the rhythms of Fela Kuti to the blues of Omale, from stories that shape our character to rules that vanish within seconds. We move from pearls of wisdom to slangs like everywhere semo, but in our meat pie. It's not normal, I know they're normal to do. If these are not clear signs and evidences that culture and tradition are losing values among Nigerian youths, then what is? Distinguished judges, worthy opponents, and my ever-attentive audience. I am Okiki Joshua, speaking for Ideal Crystal School, here to speak in favor of the motion that culture and tradition are losing values among Nigerian youths. To begin, we have to cite the decline of indigenous languages. We now say one major sign of culture and tradition losing values is that our language is dying. Language, they say, is the habit of culture. It holds our music, our values, and our history. But Nigerian youths have now failed to carry out languages. UNESCO even removes that most of Nigeria's indigenous languages will go extinct by 2027. This is a cause. This is as due because the youths have failed to carry their culture and traditions. Most youths now feel embarrassed. They now mock other classmates that speak culture. I am mocked because I greet with Inagbia instead of good afternoon. My Yoruba friend is mocked by greeting in Ekaro instead of the good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, this just shows that culture and tradition are losing values among Nigerian youth. Youth now feel mocked. They have tagged our languages as vulgar, vernacular. Ladies and gentlemen, Ugiwa Fiango says, to abandon your language is to abandon your word. Our youth have abandoned their language and in risk of abandoning their identity. Moving on, from fashion to language to music and worldwide view, we now see our westernization has played a big influence in our cultural practices, festivals, and identity. They now wear foreign brands, memorize the lyrics of band for band, watching K-drama and the likes, forgetting that we have valuable local content. We now see that they go as far as holding our cultural festivals at bay. We now see that the festivals no longer have the values that they normally do before. They no longer hold cultural meaning to our youth. We see the Air Festival, once a cultural classroom, holding cultural magnitude, being a very moral standard for many cultural practices in Lagos. But now, it's only practiced when a king dies or when the government wants stories. Surely this is a decline in cultural practices. We now see that New Year festivals, Oshogbo festivals, Arongo festivals, and Doba festivals only attract people for their aesthetics, for social media, for content, for camera phones, not for cultural understanding. We're celebrating culture on the surface, but not in spirit. Well, Shinka once said, culture is the matrix of a man's soul. When culture becomes a fashion show, the soul becomes empty like an endless black hole. Furthermore, there was a time when kneeling, prostrating, and greeting with respect defined us, but many use now mock that as village behavior. We now see that traditional respect is being abandoned. The Bible says in Proverbs 1 verse 8 that yet the instruction of their father and forsake not the law of their mother. Our culture supports this, but foreign influences is the opposite. The paths our youth have now followed. We now see that they now challenge everything, speak their truth, and obey no one. But in Nigeria, respect is the foundation of every community. That's what the Yoruba say. In Walewa, character is beauty. But many youths now see character as irrelevant if you're trending. Yes, Mandela once said, a society that loses respect for human dignity loses its soul. And today, our soul is sleeping. This brings me to my last point, which is that the rulers now reform tradition to appeal to the youth. We now see that even the cultural handlers, the custodians, now reform culture just to appeal to the youth. We now see that the Oluwo or Iwo or Abdurrashid Akombi, he said that we have so many superstitions. Kings now use fair tactics, no love. For a cultural ruler of that magnitude to modernize and reform culture to these practices, it just shows how the extent of how culture and tradition are losing values among Nigerian youth, which is not supposed to be so. A tree can certainly make a forest. In conclusion, culture is not just what we wear, it's who we are. And when Nigerian meets to mock our tradition, we lose a piece of our soul. Culture, they say, is identity, and identity is destiny. Chinua Achebe once said, when the center no longer holds, things fall apart. The center of our culture, our tradition, and our heritage is shaken, and if we don't hold it, we'll create a generation that knows everything about the world, except who they are. Thank you.
Well done. Right on time. Now we will hear from the Outliers College. You've got 4 minutes. Your time starts now.
This is a Hausa proverb that means the water never forgets its source. How then can you expect Nigerian youth with rich cultural and traditional history to forget where they come from? That's simply impossible, as it affects their daily activities, from how they speak to how they walk to even how they think. Yes, a research carried out by Public Health showed that 75% of respondents were affected in their day-to-day life due to some form of cultural or traditional belief. Before I dive into my points, let me give respect where respect is due. Good day, Mr. Chairman, moderator, my dear audience, and my co-debaters. My name is House Suleiman, standing before you to oppose the motion which states culture and tradition are losing value amongst Nigerian youths. This statement isn't just exaggerated, but rather misleading, as it fails to acknowledge the dynamic nature of culture. My reasons for opposing this motion are as follows. Culture isn't being destroyed, it's evolving. Culture isn't want to stay static like a museum statue. It evolves, it grows, it moves with the people. Culture is dynamic. It is what time takes different shapes at different periods of time. Nigerian youth aren't forgetting about their culture. They are refining it and adapting it to modern society. Nowadays, we don't have harmful traditional practices like female genital mutilation, killing of witches, killing of twins, and so much more. This is all thanks to Nigerian youths who have been able to curb such vices in the community. Second, cultural and traditional festivals. Nigeria holds over 100 cultural and traditional festivals yearly, with people traveling across the globe just to witness some of them. They don't do this just because it's a festival or because they want to enjoy themselves, but rather because it's a display of Nigerian culture, a celebration of our perseverance and of our bravery. An example is the Argungu Festival, which was postponed for 11 years, but thanks to the efforts of Nigerian youth, it is now back with participation rates as high as ever. Cultural films and music. Nigeria is known for its cultural films and music, with every part of the world dancing to our Afrobeats. If truly our culture were dying, how then do millions across the globe dance to our music? Our revenue from Afrobeat alone as at 2023 was $9 billion, and our contribution to the entertainment industry at large was $4.1 billion. At that point, it's not even about music or the films. It is an economic force on its own. Intermarriages. Nigerian youths are now the amount of intermarriages between Nigerian youths has increased significantly over the years. This means that people are starting to recognize that they are all one. They are all Nigerian. Even though the amount of marriages outside the country has also increased significantly, people that travel abroad don't just go and forget about their traditions. They take you with them, enlightening people about Nigerian culture, thus causing more tourists to come to Nigeria. New terms in the dictionary. Nigerian youths have been pushing for Nigeria's acceptance on a global scale. They've been trying to get Nigeria accepted as one of the languages that are written in translations. Nowadays, we have Nigerian terms in the dictionary. We have words like 419. 419 is even made up of alphabet, but rather of numbers. But now it's in the Oxford Dictionary and is used to mean fraud. We also have words like fanimoros, which is from the Yoruba root word fanimora and is used to mean something that is beautiful or pleasant to the eyes. We have so many other words. We have other words like jakba, fufu, and so much more. This is all thanks to the efforts of Nigerian youths. Fashion. Everyone across the world is scampering for the limited edition African wear. People of high society see it as vintage and are always trying to buy them. We have people selling Nigerian wares. What we call death is actually rebirth. What we call abandonment is evolution. Thank you.
Right. Well done. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Like, follow, share, and of course, share your comments. Leave your comments on the live streams. Nigeria Info 99.3 on Facebook and YouTube. Femi.
Yes, most certainly. And you've heard from Hawa Suleiman of the Outliers College, Surulere, Lagos, and Adeleye Daniel of Ideal Crystal School, K2, Lagos. That's Okiki Joshua of Ideal Crystal School. When we come back, we'll go straight to the rebuttal rounds as we continue in our second round of these debates, brought to you by GZI.
Obiwizi is Nigeria's trusted name in affordable tech and gadget tradings. From Lagos to Abuja, from students to CEOs, Obiwizi is your guy for quality tech devices, brand new and pre-owned alike. Got a new phone or laptop? Bring it in and walk away with an upgrade or a cashback, or in fact, both. Whether you shop in-store or online, at obiwizi.com, you are guaranteed value, warranty, and a customer-first experience. Obiwizi offers affordable tech, trusted service, because with gadgets, Obiwizi is your guy. Follow Obiwizi at Instagram at Obiwizi backup page, or on TikTok at Obiwizi. That is at Obiwizi on TikTok. Obiwizi is spelled Obiwezi. That is Obiwezi.
At GZI, we believe corporate success must go hand in hand with community impact. Through our corporate social responsibility initiatives, we've supported lives across Nigeria, from donating protective coveralls to street sweepers nationwide to organizing free medical outreach programs for our host communities. We're committed to improving lives, promoting safety, and giving back wherever we operate. GZI, building communities, inspiring change.
The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I beg to differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Brought to you by GZ Industries.
Welcome back. I Beg to Differ Season 9. Brought to you by GZI. Thanks to Obiwizi, Finatrust Microfinance Bank, and Multiplan Pathway College. Into the rebuttal rounds, we now travel, Yvonne.
That's right, Femi. We will start with the motion opposer, the Outliers College, going first. We will now hear from the second speaker, the deputy speaker.
Her name, Hamida Abdul Majid.
Hamida, you've got 4 minutes. Your time starts now.
I rise to respond to the arguments presented by the supporting team. All my opponents argue that modernization, Western influence, and technology has made Nigerian youths abandon their cultural roots. I'm here to prove that such assumptions are not only exaggerated but are completely misleading. Firstly, my opponents argue that there's decline in indigenous language. Youth are actually reviving language. Now there's discretion of Yoruba and Igbo classes, Hausa language podcasts, youth choir singing in mother's tongue, and TikTok creators teaching pronunciation and idioms. Youth are actually repackaging language for modern life. Second, my opponents argue that Western lifestyle has taken place. Nigerian that Western lifestyles have taken place. Second, my opponents argue that Nigerian youths are imitating Western lifestyles from the way they dress, speak, celebrate, to their general way of life. They also say our traditional attire, local languages, and customs are being replaced by foreign lifestyles. But let's think critically. Is culture about copying the past or carrying its values forward? Culture is dynamic. It grows, it adapts, it evolves. The fact that a young Nigerian can speak fluent English does not mean they've abandoned their Ibibio, Tiv, or Fulani identity. Instead, they're becoming culturally bilingual, blending local heritage with global relevance. Third, my opponents argue that cultural festivals are no longer being upheld. With all due respect, that is factually wrong. Attendance at festivals like Ojudioba, Ofala Festival, New Yam Festival have increased, most because Nigerian youth promote and attend them. They travel, vlog, create content, wear traditional outfits with pride. If
if culture were losing value, these festivals would have died long ago. Instead, they are growing stronger because youths are bringing them forward. 4. My opponents argue that respect fades among Nigerian youth. 4. My opponents argue that respect fades among Nigerian youth. Respect is still alive, though it's expressed differently. Many youths may no longer kneel or prostrate as much as in the past, but they show respect through acts of service, language, and emotional support. The world has changed, but the essence of respect remains. Now, I would like to add to my point. Modern lifestyle does not erase culture from youth. Now, I would like to add to my point. Modern lifestyle does not erase culture from youth. A Nigerian youth wearing jeans does not stop from being Yoruba, Hausa, or Igbo. They still eat native food, attend traditional weddings, speak in mother's tongue, and uphold community norms. Culture is not restricted in clothes. It lives in tradition, identity, and values. Next, social media has actually promoted positive change to culture and tradition. Through platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, many youths are proudly showcasing local dances, hairstyles, recipes, languages, and even proverbs to the world. Traditional storytellers of old gathered people in the village square. Today, youth gather millions online. Distinguished audience, culture is not a statue that stands in one place. It moves with its people. To say that culture and tradition among Nigerian youth is to ignore the creativity, pride, and innovation with which these youths have brought forward. Our ancestors passed culture orally and through practice. Today, we bring it through music, fashion, and arts. Therefore, I stand boldly to say that Nigerian youth are actually bringing culture and tradition forward. Thank you.
She's only 13. Hamida Abdul Majid, SS1 student of the Outliers College, Surulere, Lagos. Time now to hear from Ideal Crystals School, K2, Lagos' own Adeleye Daniel.
Adeleye, you've got 4 minutes.
Standing on the already existing protocol, my name is Adele Daniel, a student of Ideal Crystal School, and I stand before you today as the Deputy Speaker here for today's rebuttal session. I rise to refute all my opponent's claim because, with all due respect, their claims are based on a faulty assumption that cultural existence equals cultural value. But by the definition of value, value refers to the importance you place on something, so you just cannot define culture to be based on what you see and what you do. Having said that, I would like to dive into what's their point and clarify it better. Firstly, they stated that what we see is evolution and modernization. Well, I sincerely beg to differ. Why is that so? What we are seeing is not evolution. What we are seeing is erosion in slow motion. Because tell me why, based on statistics from the National Council of Culture and Creative Arts, over 60% of Nigerian youth cannot speak their mother tongue. If we put this into numerical value, out of approximately 100 million Nigerian youths, we're having over 69 million of them that cannot speak their mother tongue. And it is said that language is the backbone of culture. But when language is losing its value, how then can you tag that to be evolution? Because change in such form is erasure. And that assumption of evolution falls flat when the very elements of culture fades away. Moving further, he brought about the concept of festivals, that the youths are ever more present in festival. Well, I start by saying this: presence doesn't equal cultural understanding, neither does it equal cultural depth. Because by attendance you are there doesn't mean that you understand it from a cultural point of view. And even by attendance, there has been a drastic and significant reduce in the participation of youth in programs, and this was also attested by UNESCO in 2023, where they gave out a report that there has been a drastic 50% decrease in the participation of youth towards cultural insensitive programs like the Agugu Festival, the Eyo Festival, and the Osho Oshogbo Festival. Moving further, you brought about technology, but let me say this: technology gives visibility, and visibility does not equal value. And by statistics conducted by Statista, for only 4% of Nigerian youth make use of social media for cultural and educational relative content, while over 40% of them use it for foreign trends and also entertainment, nothing in respect to cultural development. And I also stand to say that social media has served as more of a bane towards cultural loss. In what sense? You now see that based on statistics conducted by the National Bureau of Statistics, they've admitted that so many Nigerian youths use social media to get influenced with Western cultures from the foreign land. Moving further, you brought about the claim of Afrobeats, saying Afrobeats is helping rising culture. Rising culture, I beg to differ. Yes, it is rising, but it's rising in respect to social media, billboards, and Spotify. Nothing having to do with anything culturally related. Because tell me how Burna Boy will sing a song that will go viral and it will relate with an Enugu boy who doesn't have cultural value, neither does he uphold it. And by UNESCO reports conducted in 2023, it has shown that our actual music forms, which include Bata, Akpala, and Fuji, are on the endangered heritage list. So why will you regard music as something that is upholding and preserving culture when statistics have something to say contradicting to that? You brought about fashion. Fashion means upholding culture. Well, that's sincerely wrong based on what normal common logic and also statistics again, because according to statistics conducted by UNESCO itself again in respect to Nigerian cultural aesthetics and preservation, it has shown that over 68% of Nigerian youths now use foreign influences to determine how they dress and the like. He also stated something on harmful practices that the youth are copying is every nation has faced one or two problems in respect to culture. Take for instance China. They faced issue in respect to food binding, but what did they do? They copied that practice. America ended segregation of schools. Even Europe ended witch burning. But yes, these nations are still standing tall in respect to culture. So in conclusion, I stand by saying this, that all the claims made by them are all on the faulty assumptions, and I hope I've been able to give clarification towards that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Adeleye Daniel of Ideal Crystal School, K2 Lagos. Before him, you heard Hamida Abdul Majid of the Outliers College, Surulere, Lagos.
We will take another break. When we come back, it will be time for the closing rounds of this motion, of this debate. The motion is culture and tradition are losing value among Nigerian youths. We'll take that break now.
The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I beg to differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Brought to you by GZ Industries.
Multi-Plan Pathway College is a leading sixth form college in Lagos that empowers high school graduates with the knowledge and skill to secure placement in top global universities around the world. At MPC, we don't just prepare you for university, we launch you into a global future with the highest caliber A-levels, foundation programs, and international test prep. Every student finds the support, opportunity, and results to go from Lagos to the world. MPC, your future starts here.
Hello there. I'm here to tell you about the world-class beverage cans producers, GZI. At GZI, excellence is our hallmark. We produce world-class aluminum beverage cans that meet the highest international quality and safety standards. Our cans are 100% recyclable, lightweight, and designed to keep every beverage fresh while protecting the planet. With state-of-the-art facilities and responsible production practices, we are proudly setting the pace for sustainable packaging across Africa. GZI. Yes, we can.
The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I beg to differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Brought to you by GZ Industries.
Thank you to GZ Industries. Thanks to Obi Weezy. Thanks to Fina Trust, Microfinance Bank, and Multi-Plan Pathway College. We continue this debate. One last round to go, Yvonne.
That's right, Femi. This round will commence with the motion supporter Ideal Crystal School getting 3 minutes now to conclude their argument. Your time starts now.
Good day once again to my distinguished listeners, ever attentive audience. my two lovely moderators, and worthy opponents, also my distinguished judges. I remain Adele Daniel, the Deputy Speaker from ID Crystal School, here for today's closing statements. Let me start by saying this. A nation that forgets its roots has already prepared its grave, and that is the sad truth and reality we see Nigerian youth being involved in today. And I stand here not just to make a point, but to sound an alarm far-reaching beyond our society, but to our nation at large, because we've had a significant shift in cultural loss of value. Our parents dance to the beats of bata, we dance to digital sounds we don't understand. Our ancestors gathered for New Yam Festival, we gather for TikTok trends that will expire 48 hours later. And as an African proverb points, when the roots of a tree begin to rot, the tree will lose its balance. And in this context, we the Nigerian youth, we are the tree, because we are shaking to the left, swaying to the right, and we are losing our balance. Because it is said that culture doesn't die by, it dies by neglect. And it is evidence from all statistics, from all possible angles, that we the Nigerian youth, we are neglecting our culture. We are neglecting what our ancestors used, because we now celebrate celebrations that don't even know us. We now use foreign slangs and accents that don't even belong to our traditional roots. You see so many Nigerian youths of today, they know so many fictional superheroes, but yes, they don't know their ancestral heroes. Even UNESCO warned by saying that half of the 6,000 languages in the world today will be extinct by the end of the century. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? On that list, we have over 250 Nigerian languages on there. Isn't this empirical enough reasons showing and undermining, also underscoring why we've had a significant loss of cultural value? Because now our name ceremonies look like Western catalogs, our wedding looks like imported photos from the United States, and so much more. Let me conclude by saying this, as in the wise words of Thomas Sankara: a people without a culture are a people without a future. And late judges, doesn't that reflect who we are today as Nigerian youth? Our future is shaky, not because we lack potential, but because we are not embracing the very pillars that made us who we are today. Take for instance countries like China, Japan, South Korea and the likes today. Everybody praises them for being so developed, especially in respect to their youth. But guess what? They did not get to where they are today because their youth abandoned their cultural practices. They got there because their youth embraced the future without disconnecting from the past. They embraced their identity and who they are. And that's why we see that Chinese is even one of the most spoken languages in the world today. But the case with Nigeria is totally different. Our youth are embracing who we are. We are not proud to speak our languages. We are not proud to do so many things that are with us. And I stand here not just to defend an inheritance, because this is an inheritance we did not buy. This is an inheritance we have no rights to waste. This is an inheritance we necessarily need to uphold, because it is said that culture is seen as a GPS of the people, and when a GPS loses the signal, the journey becomes a dilemma. And that is the sad, undeniable truth we see Nigerian youth finding themselves into. If we are regarded to be the so-called leaders of the world, why then shouldn't we uphold our practices and our cultural value? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Adele Daniel, 16 years of age, SS3 student of Ideal Crystal School, K2 Lagos. He and his 14-year-old counterpart, Okiki Joshua, from that school. Judges, please impute. Let's look at the score sheet and impute the names of the schools accordingly in their spaces, so that we can have clarity with the results. That was Ideal Crystal School, K2 Lagos. Now to the Outliers College, Surulere, Lagos, for their closing.
We're still streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Nigeria Info 99.3. Like, comment, and share the live streams. It is time to close the Outliers College. Give me a moment to start the clock. Your time starts now.
In our songs, a heartbeat rises, strong, steady, and unchained. In our stories, ancient footsteps whisper through our veins. From the music of the talking drum to the moonlit tales our mother spun, culture lives in us, not borrowed, not bought, but born with every Nigerian son and daughter. They say that our culture is fading, that our youth no longer care, but I stand before you with truth in my voice to say that our culture is still right here. It is found in the tribal marks that have now been reborn as arts. It is found in our music, in our Afrobeat that is topping every chart. It is found in the wearing of the gele and the agbada. Proud. Culture isn't dying amongst Nigerian youths. We are just living it differently. We are living it through fashion, through live streams, for the world to see. What was once local pride is now global identity. Our generation isn't the end of Nigerian culture. We're refining it, redefining it, polishing it for the world to see shining. Nigerian youths are not the end of Nigerian culture. Nigerian culture isn't ending in Nigerian youth. We're moving it. We're helping it to breathe. And we're evolving it. A wise man once said, a people without knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree with no roots. But Nigerian youths are not rootless. They are not rootless. They are advocating for Nigeria's acceptance on a global stage. Thanks to them, we have people all over the world getting to know more and more about Nigerian culture. We have people trying out our food, trying to learn more about our culture, trying out our traditional attire. All thanks to Nigerian youths. Nigerian culture isn't dying among Nigerian youths. If it was, then how come millions across the globe dance to our Afrobeats? How come our stories don't just stay within the River Niger and Benue, but travel far out of it, with people hearing tales of bravery, perseverance, and our folk tales being found in every corner of the world? We have bangers like Calm Down, Buga, Who's That Girl, and so much more, and movies like Jagu Jagu, Queen Latifah, and many more. If this isn't proof that Nigerian culture isn't dying amongst Nigerian youths, I don't know what is. Another Hausa proverb says, Idan bai akwai ma yaro sana'a ba, al'adan ta karye. If you don't teach a child a particular job, a particular tradition, it is broken. But we're teaching Nigerian youths more and more about Nigerian culture, and they are enlightening people about Nigerian culture, thus causing more tourists to come to Nigeria. Nigerian youths are not the end of Nigerian culture, but its continuation, evolution, and its unstoppable heartbeat. Thank you.
Well done. Well done to you, Hawa Sulaiman, 13 years of age, SS1 student of the Outliers College, Surulere, Lagos. You alongside your teammate Hamida Abdul Majid of the same school. Well done. You've both done well. Lagos, indeed, it's been a striking session. We've listened to arguments about bias, expectations, equality, and societal lenses. But now the debating is done, and the decision belongs to the judges. As we await the verdict, remember, each round grows tougher, each argument sharper, each victory more hard-earned. But we'll now start by listening to Diction Judge Yvonne Okhaifo.
Thank you, Femi. I'll start with Ideal Crystal School. Don't say evidences. Say pieces of evidence, okay? Evidence is an uncountable noun. So don't say evidences. Instead, say pieces of evidence. We're referring to more than one piece of evidence. Say stories, not stories. Stories. Also say Ngugi wa Tiongo, not Fiongo. Tiongo. Ngugi wa Tiongo, okay? Say moral, not moral. Moral. And the like, not and the likes. The expression is and the like, not and the likes. Say aesthetics. Aesthetically pleasing. You either say aesthetics, you say aesthetic, but don't say aesthetic. Okay? You either say aesthetic, aesthetic, but never say aesthetic. Okay? Say prostrate, not prostrate. It is PROS. Prostrate, not prostrate. Okay? Say, you shouldn't have said there's been a reduce. I'm sure you meant to say there's been a reduction. Okay? Reduce is a verb. You reduce the volume, but something cannot be a reduce. It can be a reduction. All right? Reduction is the noun. Reduce is the verb. In respect of, not in respect to. In respect of, or you say with respect to, but don't say in respect to. There's a difference between brought about, to bring about, and to bring up. When you bring about something, you found it, you create it. Okay? When you bring up something, you mention. So it's saying you brought about, you meant to say you brought up. In other words, you mention this point, you mention that point. So you say bring up as opposed to bring about, except you're talking about the origin of something. All right? Also say assumptions, not assumptions. Embrace, not embrace. Embrace, okay? And now to the Outliers College, say co-debaters, not co-debaters, co-debaters, okay? And so many more when you're talking about things that you can count. When you're talking about points that you can count, many. Use many with countable nouns. Use much with uncountable nouns. Therefore, you should say the number of marriages, not the amount of marriages, because you can count one marriage, two marriages. So take a break.
9.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
Update. Here's the gist. New Good Mama detergent delivers express cleaning and fragrance boosters for extra freshness. All in a freshening pack made for your upgrade. Try it today.
Good Mama, the washing is fast. Good Mama, my fabric is smelling fresh. Good Mama, express cleaning. Good Mama, my laundry reason to smile.
There's a reason she's a good mama. Express cleaning, extra fresh.
To dey healthy, no be for show. Na life wey you suppose dey live. And if you dey cook light with power oil, then you sabi wetin dey healthy. You dey stay active, e mean say you stand fit. Chop light, dey move body, no excuses o. Power oil your kitchen, na you get am. Feel am, enjoy am. Make you dey confirm, make you dey 100% fit. Power oil, na your lifestyle choice.
Hey, power oil.
Babe, how you go describe something way big past big?
Na grand, like mountain, like jumbo, like better soup way sweet.
You forget one thing, oh. Black Friday discount.
Where it dey happen?
Now for Grand Square.
Talk true.
From November 27th to 29th, 2025, Grand Square, they give up to 70% off on selected goods, massive savings on supermarket essentials, electronics, furniture, beverages, wines and spirits, and much more. Better discount, we go sweet your belly.
Oh boy, na real grand Black Friday bonanza be this oh.
No dolly yourself. Offer day valid while stock last. Make you no carry last oh. Go Grand Square Ikeja, Grand Square Victoria Island, Grand Square Abuja, and Grand Square Kano to enjoy this better wolf.
Black Friday at Grand Square, November 27th to 29th. Grand savings way past grand.
Guess what, Nigeria? The Kellogg Superstar Quiz Show is back with season 4. Get ready to watch young superstars from schools across Nigeria battle it out in the ultimate contest of knowledge, speed, and fun. Catch all the excitement from 12th October on Z World, DSTV channel 166, and GoTV channel 30 every Saturday and Sunday at 10 a.m. sharp. It's going to be a thrilling journey of learning, laughter, and superstar moments, and you don't want to miss it.
Superstar Quiz Show!
Every meal I cook must taste just right. Rich, delicious, full of love.
We hear you. Your Maggie Star in double cubes. Double the flavor, double the convenience. The same trusted taste you love. Maggie Star Double Cubes, made from fermented soya and other selected ingredients for that deep flavor and quality that only Maggie brings to your dishes.
Absolutely delicious.
Get Maggie Double Cubes today. Me and Maggie, so good together.
This taste na banger, this taste na creamy rich, this taste na new Nescafe, original 3-in-1. Thickness, enjoyment, yumminess, happiness, delightfulness, deliciousness, smoothness. This taste na new Nescafe, original 3-in-1.
Enjoy more creamy richness with the new Nescafe original 3-in-1 in the new pack. That's strong, finish strong.
It's the choices you make that set you apart from being good to being great. My choice? Nivea Men Deep Body Lotion with Max Tech. powered by Black Cavern. Gives you both dark wood fragrance for 8-hour moisture. And my other top choice for all-day freshness, Nivea Men Deep Roll-On for 72-hour protection and fragrance with Max Tech. Powered by Black Cavern. Skin is for playing it smart. Nivea is for skin.
Yeah, so this is Jolly Johnny on the streets. How well do you know Maggi chicken flavor? Oh yeah, spell celery.
Celery. Celery.
Bros, you want turn to salary? Okay, spell turmeric.
Turmeric.
Yes, so
Turmeric.
Correct. 1 carton of Maggi chicken flavor for you.
Maggi chicken flavor with onions, celery, and turmeric. My game changer.
I'm in love. Sonia tomato mix, stand up. Is it to open? Is it to squeeze? Is it to scoop? And is it to stir?
Sonia tomato mix in a new stand-up pouch.
We're back. Welcome to Nigeria Info, where the news sparks conversation.
When Donald Trump said what he said, why do you think we're here today?
What is the policy of this my government on how to put an end to the war? Rather than join the government, there's a misplaced priority in their governance.
Some people are trying to play politics to the issue as we normally do.
This is your space to listen, share, and be heard. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I beg to differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Brought to you by GZ Industries.
Welcome back. Welcome back. This is the first edition in this 9th season of I Beg to Differ. It is the round of 16. Before that break, I was having a word with the Outliers College. Now I will resume briefly. Don't say a research, because research is an uncountable noun. You can say a study, okay, or a piece of research, but don't say a research, okay? Research is uncountable. I already mentioned that you shouldn't say co-debaters, okay? Say co-debaters. Use much when you're talking about uncountable nouns, when referring to uncountable nouns. Much notice, okay? Much love, much peace, as opposed to many. You use many with countable nouns like many teachers, many people, many languages, and so on, okay? Don't say the amount of marriages. Say the number of marriages, because you can count marriage. 1 marriage, 2 marriages. Say thus, not thus. Thus, okay? Not thus. Also, say alphabets. You say letters of the alphabet. The alphabet is the system of letters that a language has. Okay? So you mean letters of the alphabet. The English has an alphabet. The English language, rather, has an alphabet with 26 letters in that alphabet. Okay? So instead of letters, you said alphabets, but you meant letters. It is mother tongue, not mother's tongue. Mother, that's how you say that expression. Say respect, not respect. Respect, okay? Respect. Also say restricted to, not restricted in. You restrict to, not restrict in. Okay? I will stop there. Femi.
All right. Indeed, a compelling contest. We had questions of heritage, identity, modernity, and meaning, all anchored to the shifting reality of Nigerian youth culture. And now we are left with just the verdict, because only one school can advance. The judges have decided. This is their verdict. In the presentation round, Judge Amas calls it Idea Crystal School 9, the Outliers College 10. Judge Ufoma, Idea Crystal School 8, the Outliers College 10. Chief Judge Chike, represented by Judge Hillary, has it down as a tie, 10-10. So it's 27 to Ideal Crystal School, 130 to the Outliers College in round 1. The Outliers lead by 3. To round 2 we go. Judges Ama and Ufoma have it down as 10 to Ideal Crystal School and 8 to the Outliers College, both of them. 10-8, 10-8 in the second round to Ideal Crystal School. Chief Judge Chike has it as 10 to Ideal Crystal School, 7 to the Outliers College. Second round is 30 to Ideal Crystal School and 23 to the Outliers College. So at this point, it's 57 to 53. 4 points lead for Ideal Crystal School. Bringing us to the third and final round. Chief Judge Chike and Judge Ufoma has it as 10 to Ideal Crystal School, 9.5 to the Outliers College each. That's 10 to 9.5, 10 to 9.5. And Judge Ama has it as 10 for Ideal Crystal School and 9 for the Outliers College. It's 30 to 28 in the third round. Diction scoring. So at this point it is 87 to 81. Diction scoring is 9 to Ideal Crystal School and 10 to the Outliers College for your winner by 96 to 91 points. Congratulations to the duo of Okiki Joshua and Adeleye Daniel of Ideal Crystal School, K2 Lagos. Well done to both of you.
Right. The Outliers College, girls, I'm proud of you. The good thing is still young. You can still enter this competition in February, which is just 2 months away, Femi.
Definitely.
Okay? So we would love to have you back in the next edition of this season. But well done to both of you. We'll take a short break. When we come back, it will be time for the next batch of debates. Before which time, the winner of this round will decide on how they will argue next week. Next week, right, Femi? It's next week.
Yes.
Right. This is I Beg to Differ Season 9. It's the first edition. We'll be right back.
The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I Beg to Differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.